Srimati Reena Srivastava, Sri Vinod Agarwal, Course Coordinator, other senior officials, and my dear young officers of the 72nd batch of Indian Revenue Service. I am really very happy to meet all of you here today, this morning, at my residence, Uparashtrapati Niwas. I had just come from a foreign tour of Latin American countries late in the night. Wherever I have gone in the recent past, there is a greater appreciation and interest about India. India is not only recognized, it is respected. The reason being, one, of course, people like our culture. The second is about our economy. And the world economy is slowing down around 3%, this way or that way little. And our powerful neighbor China is also little, negative 6.8%. India is on the move, 7.3, 7.4 and all. And the latest reports of World Bank, Economic Forum, ADB, Moody ratings, everybody says if India moves at this pace, it will become the third largest economy by 2025 to 30. That's a happy news to us. And I could really feel it for myself in my recent tour to certain European countries, African countries, and then Latin American countries. Everywhere there is a greater appreciation about India. So, my dear friends, today morning I extend you all a warm welcome and wish you success in your professional career. मेरे ओर से मैं आप सब लोगों को शुभकामना देता हूँ और चाहता हूँ आपका करियर सक्सेसफुल रहे, पीपल फ्रेंडली रहे और आप अपना दायित्व को ठीक तरह से निभाने के लिए पूरा प्रयास करें. You have all successfully qualified for this service after a fairly rigorous selection process. That means this is a hard-earned responsibility you have got. And I congratulate all of you in joining this coveted career. As you enter into a promising and demanding career, I believe that you are entering the service at a critical moment in India's growth story. I just now explained you what is the expectation from the world. The steady economic growth, much better than most economies, makes India the best place to work. Reforms in governance, path-breaking legislative and administrative measures like GST are changing the way we govern ourselves. Our Prime Minister has given a very effective advice to all our administrators, and he said, reform, perform and transform. Transformation of the nation. That means transforming the lives of the people. That is the motto. You have the aptitude and a unique opportunity to reform and transform our country with your performance. Kautilya's dictum, that is Chanakya, I quote, treasury is the basis of power. He said then, is the motto of the income tax department. So you have the privilege of making our country's economy more robust by efficient resource mobilization. Kautilya also said, I quote, all the programs depend first and foremost on the treasury. The edifice of welfare governance is built on the resources available with the state. As the ancient Indian described the role of a state, I quote, the king collected tax from the public for public welfare and public good. Just as the sun draws moisture from the earth to give it back 1,000-fold. Over the last 4 years, Indian government's budget expenditure have increased from around 16 to 17 lakh crores, 13-14, to around 28 lakh crores, 19-20. Government development efforts have been ably supported by the buoyant revenue collection due to efforts of the Revenue Department. Over the last 4 years, central government's net tax revenue has increased from 8.2 lakh crores, 13-14, to estimated rupees 17 lakh crores, budget estimate 19-20. An estimated increase about 9 lakh crores in 5 years is a telling example of the efficiency and competence of our revenue officers. Despite our enhanced budget expenditure on welfare schemes because of the buoyancy in revenue collection, we have followed the path of fiscal discipline of FRBM Act and have restrained our fiscal deficit to be around 3.3 to 3.4% of the GDP. There has been an 80% increase in the tax base over the last 4 years. A lot of transformation is taking place in the tax administration in the country to promote a culture of tax compliance. Demonetization brought undisclosed income of rupees 1,30,000 crore under the tax and led to seizure and attachment of assets worth 50,000 crores, Binami assets worth 6,900 crores, and foreign assets worth 1,600 crores have been attached, as many as 3,38,000 shell companies have been detected and deregistered. And the other day I saw Revenue Department's notification that some lakhs of people are yet to respond how they have deposited that money. You know that after demonetization, the Jana Dhana Yojana of the Prime Minister government, that is opening up bank accounts, is a big movement in the world I can say. 38 crore people have opened bank accounts. When bank accounts were opened, I was in the government at the time, before taking up this responsibility. Some people, skeptics outside, started saying, sir, पैसा नहीं है तो बैंक अकाउंट खोलने में मतलब क्या है? There is no money. What is the fun of opening bank account just for the sake of it? तो जो लोग इसका आलोचना कर रहे हैं, मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं, उन लोगों को इसका महत्व क्या है? 2016 नवंबर 8 तारीख शाम को 7 बजे प्रधानमंत्री जी का भाषण सुनने के बाद समझ में आया बैंक अकाउंट कितना महत्व होता है. फिर लोग अपना ड्राइवर से, अपना कुक से, अपना पीए से, असिस्टेंट से पूछने लगे, अरे भाई आपके पास है तो बैंक अकाउंट है ना, कुछ दिन पैसा मैं उसमें रख सकता हूँ क्या? ऐसा this transformation you have seen in the recent days, how the income tax filing of returns, the number of people have increased and also the revenue has increased. Tax rate has come down and the revenue collection has gone up because tax net has been widened. So this is the remarkable achievement, and digitalization transactions leaving behind digital trail for the Revenue Department to follow. As tax authorities, I will expect you to encourage digital transactions and incentivize business to encourage their customers to adopt digital transaction. The government has been promoting the use of digital technology in tax administration. In the year's interior budget, government have proposed a technology-intensive project to transform the income tax department into a more assess-friendly one. That is the need of the hour. We are not attaching, or you are not searching or so-called raid on a foreigner. They are our people. They are our own brothers. So you have to be really friendly, polite, civilized, and you should not create fear in the mind, except that if you don't pay tax, there are other means to find out your revenue and then you will be doubly taxed. It is proposed that all returns will be processed in 24 hours and refunds issued simultaneously. That is also an important thing. It is therefore necessary that revenue officers should have intense training in technology and regularly upgrade their technology skills. Kautilya said, the government should collect tax like honey bee, which collects only appropriate amount of honey so that both could survive. You know, honey bee will not extract everything. Our effort too is to make our tax regime easy, transparent and predictable. We expect you to facilitate this process further easing the tax regime without relaxing the compliance. That's why the government took up the resolve to implement GST, the biggest, I can say it's world's largest reform, taxation reform. It was languishing for 17 years. We were discussing. Finally, it could come to an end, and the two-way consensus. It was the single biggest tax reform in the world, which turned India into a single market without tax barriers. It is a shining example of cooperative federalism. The reporting requirements have been gradually eased, despite continuous rate reductions, and reporting relaxations from 28 to 18, 18 to 12, 12 to 5. So much has been brought down. The average monthly tax collection 18-19 has been 97,100 crore per month as compared to 89,700 crore per month in first year. It proves that an easy, predictable tax regime with low tax rates ensure better tax compliance and increased revenue realization. My dear young officers, you are entering the service at a crucial juncture in country's economy. And this fact has been acknowledged by every prominent international agency like IMF, World Bank, and even Moody's ratings. We are the fastest growing economy in the world with restrained inflation. Highest foreign exchange, lowest inflation. That is also a specialty. My dear youngsters, while the forces of liberalization and globalization have brought new buoyancy in the country's economy, it has also opened an international dimension of tax evasion. You will have to keep yourself abreast with the global financial regime and global movement of capital. Associated with this is the issue of funding global terror networks through illegitimate Hawala networks. You will be required to closely coordinate with the enforcement agencies and also bankers. The world is gradually building a global regime to track and report tax evasion of financial frauds and fugitives. Government is actively supporting the need for such a global regime. Wherever I am going, I have been suggesting to people that everywhere we must go digital. We must also have the treaty of exchanging information about the bank accounts. Thirdly, we must also have extradition made easy for the economic fugitives, because some of the fellows have rooted here, cheated here, and then staying somewhere and then giving sermons to us from those countries. It's a big challenge to our system. We have to understand that. And you are the people concerned. We have been steadfast in our fight against unaccounted money and organized financial corruption to track down tax offenders. We have negotiated double taxation treaties with countries like Switzerland, OECD countries, Mauritius, and have signed automatic information exchange agreements with the tax havens. The Benami Transaction Prohibition Amendment Act has been passed. Similarly, Fugitives Economic Offenders Act have been passed to take over the properties of the economic fugitives in India and abroad. I expect that you must be well versed in the international dimension of tax evasion. As I told you, you are entering into the service at a crucial juncture in country's economy. Your role becomes crucial in making India a business-friendly and entrepreneur-friendly tax regime and a people-centric tax administration. What is required in life? I would like to tell you from my own experience. One is discipline. Discipline in all sense. Second is hard work. You must be able to enjoy the work you are doing. Then you will not be able to do it. Otherwise you say, why even beyond office hours one has to see it, we have to run after the people, what is happening and all. Working hard, aiming high in life to achieve something. Routine, बन गया ऑफिसर, हो गया टेन्योर, विदाई हो गया, इससे कोई मतलब नहीं है. You must really create a record for your satisfaction, not the satisfaction of your superiors. Dr. Abdul Kalam said, aim high, dream high, but also work. Without work, aiming high and dreaming high will not work. So you have to work hard. And third one is, we must always be abreast with what is happening around the globe, because we are living in an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization, globalization. The entire globe is now becoming a small village. What is happening here can be seen in Washington in a few minutes. What is happening there? So you must study what are the reforms they brought in, what are the ways and means. You must also study how these fellows are evading. You provide something, they will also come out with new ideas. How to evade tax and all. There are people to advise them also, unfortunately. So we have to be abreast with all the latest laws, latest experiences, and also sometimes must have out-of-box within the law, but out-of-box ideas also. That is what is required. I wish you a very successful and gratifying professional career with ethics and excellence as your guiding principles. Indian culture is appreciated worldwide because one is that you believe in share and care. The other one is ethics. Values in life are very, very important. You are entering into a profession which is really tempting. Tempting. So we must really be careful about the attempting by the tempting, and should not lose our foresight that we should stick to values and ethics and then make a proper course and then live a very sincere, honest, dedicated life and become an officer worthy of our responsibility. All the best to you. God bless you all, my youngsters. Thank you.